They thought they were pulling the trigger on just another girl. 3 shots, quick, cold practice. They didn't know who she was, and Lord, they didn't know much of a clue. Who her mother was, and that's where their little ritual blew up, right in their faces, you know what I mean. It developed as fast as you can say, least of all. Her 17, bright as a summer morning, walking home in her cheer uniform, earphones in, backpack bobbing, smile broad. Completely unaware of the darkness wave about to break down that street, should have been quiet, safe as a Sunday nap, but that's the thing about routine patrols. Through certain neighborhoods, all it takes is a police car pulling up slow behind you, and suddenly your whole world turns. In a second, there's no warning, no hands where I could see him, no siren, just the kind of silence that's frigid more than the barrel of a gun. They told her there was no description. Isn't that always the script? There was no crime, no weapon, nothing but the color of her skin and the easy swagger in her walk. It took seconds, and then she was gone, her blood splattering the sidewalk as the officers stepped back, radioed in the code like they were ordering coffee, not ending a life that barely had a chance to begin. People started picking phones up, voices trembling, but the damage had already been carved deep. You could feel the atmosphere shift, the weight of another name going to be stuffed into a caption, another family torn apart on live TV, and yet this time, the story wasn't going to be told, as it would have seen, what no one on that block, not the officers, not the neighbors, not even the spectators witnessing it live, knew was who this girl's mom was. She wasn't some grief-stricken civilian holding a press conference, pleading for thoughts and prayers and hashtags. Her mother was elsewhere in the city when the call came, and when the name arrived, it detonated like a grenade. Her of precision that does not make news, she dialed the phone, not to talk to journalists, but to persons who do not have names in the public record, to doors that have no numbers, to command posts that have no official status. And while the department proceeded as if everything was by the book, she was gathering her own kind of evidence, pulling the string on each loose thread, forcing every contact she'd ever made where a chess grandmaster flip over the board when they know the game's rigged. That's what she did in 48 hours. It all started to come apart. Body cam footage that had gone missing surfaced on a federal server. Background checks started spilling to the press. The official version began to crack. She never said one word in public, but the proper people began to feel the heat, and all of a sudden, those cops weren't just reporting to internal affairs. They were eyeballing federal agents, who didn't come in to play for keeps. She entered the police station, not as a bereaved mother, but as a commander who outranked every person in the building, who was familiar with every loophole, every underhanded trick, and knew how to shut every door. Now you can term it revenge, but to her it was protocol, the kind of protocol that does not permit apology. The chief of police got a visit from people in suits, no badges, only questions, and every answer made things worse for the department. Meanwhile, the city tried to keep quiet. The media shifted focus, but the silence was deafening. You could feel the tension in the air, like a storm waiting to break. And here's the surprise, because every tale's got one right. There was this newbie cop who didn't fire but was traumatized by what he'd seen in the body cam video. He reached out her anonymously, sent her a copy of the raw